we have a little bit of a bait and switch day. We're reviewing a game called Outland that I assumed was going to be Sean Connery busting drug smugglers on an asteroid.
Who wouldn't?
I would play that. That sounds like a great game. But no, this is Outland. It's a 2D side-scrolling platformer. How do you feel about this non-Sean Connery version of Outland?
I thought this is an interesting game because it really feels like it takes some aspects from a bunch of other games. Basically, you look a little bit like you're from Tron, and then it borrows this color switching mechanic from Ikaruga.
And there's some kind of weird, I don't know, mystical backstory. Every 10,000 years, the earth must be healed, and a great warrior shall arise, and he shall be a hero, and earth, goodness, badness, chaos, light, sisters, sky, blue, red.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. I was like, but I mean, the gameplay itself is actually quite solid. There's a lot of different gameplay mechanics, a lot of which we have seen in other games before. As you progress through each world, you gain new powers. Early on, for instance, you gain the power to slide under objects, and once you gain the power to change from light to dark, blue to red, you can avoid similarly colored damage and do damage to oppositely colored enemies. There's platforms you can only jump on depending which color you are. So it's like, it is borrowing stuff that we've seen. And I don't know, I mean, it's got all the stuff there, but does it gel for you?
Well, the thing with this is like there's 5 worlds and they're pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, there's not a ton of variety. Really.
There's not a ton of variety. I mean, eventually you do open up teleportation powers and launch pads, which is good because in the style of, say, Metroid or Castlevania, you gotta go run back. But for what? The best thing you can say about this game is that the art design looks cool.
It looks amazing. Yeah, it's really cool, 2D, very artistically done. A lot of work gone into the artistic design in the game.
But beyond that, it lacks personality.
It does. Like, that's it. You've hit it on the head there. That's the thing about this game, is it lacks personality. I was thinking, I'm enjoying this game, but I was just never drawn in. I didn't care about the world. I don't know the character really. And compared to like a Metroid or a Castlevania, it doesn't really have that grabbiness.
We've seen all these things before elsewhere done better. I mean, it's not to say that it's bad. I actually did have a lot of fun while playing it, but there's nothing about it that's really going to make me want to go back.
I mean, it's a solid platformer. It's a very well done platformer, and the controls are super tight. The combat's a lot of fun. You can slide kick into enemies, launch them up in the air with your sword device, and whack the crap out of them. I always felt like I was nailing jumps, I was grabbing ledges when I needed to. Really great controls. It's kind of a textbook example of how to make a good platforming game, but it doesn't have that extra kind of zing that makes you want to come back and either keep playing it. This is going to sit in my Xbox Live arcade library forever now. It'll just sit there. I'll never play it again. I'll never touch it again. I enjoyed it, but it's not something I would ever, really go back to.
I think for me, this game is a 7.
If it had Sean Connery, it would have been a 10. As it stands, it's a 7.